and accused Ramaphosa of delaying its work on the CR17 campaign. It's believed that Ramaphosa is annoyed by the Commission's leak on the CR17 campaign, but he told Newsroom Africa he does not have a problem with the Commission taking a hard stance. The Integrity Commission has been waiting to hear from Ramaphosa for almost 2 years. For more on this, I'm joined on the line by my two guests, Political Analyst Ongama, Mtimka, and ANC Head of Presidency, Sibongile Besani. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. I'll start with you, Ongama, just looking at the dynamics as they stand. Should we be reading anything into the leaking of the letter now, a few days after the January 8 statement, which reiterated its support for the Integrity Commission?
I think we should look at the broader context of politics within the ANC. So the Integrity Commission on its part would have sent a report with a view to, among other things, be seen to be fair in terms of the internal party dynamics within the ANC. Remember that now the conflict has gone right into the center of the top six, with one of its members being having presented himself there and the commission making a finding against him. They would have obviously wanted to show that with respect to the standing issue of the president and his campaign, they are not acting on the basis that they want to protect him politically. They want to show, at least internally within the party, that they are attempting to get the president to account on that matter, so that when the NEC discusses this, the report that is before it, that of the Secretary General, the Integrity Commission is able to respond as to why does it appear to be acting in a partisan way.
With that in mind, coming to you, Sibongile, we know that this letter was leaked. Can you at all confirm the content of the letter? Clearly, it was something that we weren't meant to see.
No, thank you very much. The letter is authentic. There's no doubt about it. Actually, as Presidency, we will continuously bemoan the fact that communication that is supposed to be organizational always finds its way to the media. But be that as it may, we are here now. I think what should also be very clear is that the president has indicated that he does not see any problem if he gets criticized, even including the fact that he's been chastised by the Integrity Commission. But what is very critical is also that the Integrity Commission has got its own independence. It can speak its voice to anyone, but that does not in any way take away the right of anybody to explain how and to clarify things that they consider as misrepresentations. And I think in that letter, that's what the president attempts to do, to say that this is how events actually unfolded. And he was clarifying that to the Integrity Commission.
You emphasize there that the ANC Integrity Commission can speak and affirm itself in its own voice, but there's been a lot of criticism against it. It's been called a toothless commission, and that there's nothing really substantial that comes out of it, when members are taken to task there, well, supposedly taken to task there. We haven't seen anything substantial. What would you say then, just to clarify things, is the purpose of the Integrity Commission and the role that it's meant to serve?
Look, I think the Integrity Commission itself has been having concerns about the support that they felt that was not adequate, and the officials of the ANC, even the NEC itself, has affirmed that it's very important that the Integrity Commission gets supported, enough support, be it at administration level, so that it can be able to function quite effectively. So the criticism maybe has been around the lack of support of the Integrity Commission, which has been affirmed. Now, the role of the Integrity Commission, you would remember is that the ANC has been working hard to have a political mechanism to resolve what seemed to be a situation where the ANC's image is compromised through acts of corruption, through acts of unethical leadership, and so on. So the Integrity Commission is that kind of an intervention at a political level to ensure that the African National Congress image is not negatively impacted upon.
Just taking my question back to Ongama Mtimka, political analyst who's also in this conversation. Ongama, we see that the president seems to suggest that he's been treated unfairly by the commission. Is he at all justified?
So the president is responding to what is a reported frustration by the Integrity Commission. And it's expressed view that his failure to present himself there or cooperate with them to finally get to speak there and present his case is tantamount to delinquency. So he's challenging that that opinion. But I mean, it can be understood why they would feel that way. The president is using the same defense that has been used by all those that emphasize the preeminence of the legal processes over what may be political party processes that are aimed at, for example, protecting things like disrepute. So here, I think what needs to happen is that the president needs to go to the Integrity Commission. In fact, he should have gone, notwithstanding the fact that the CR17 bank statements matter was before the courts, because the kind of questions that the Integrity Commission ought to have dealt with would be questions of the extent to which one that he used a campaign and the exact nature of that funded campaign, and to which extent does it compromise his own integrity. And he could answer those questions because there is a framework in a democracy for raising funds, except that the ANC is against vote buying. Now, if somebody had a professionalized campaign where payments to people were being made, all that they would go and answer there is whether any of those payments was tantamount to vote buying. And so my view is that the president shot himself in the foot by tactically not wanting to go there using a legal defense, which is permissible, but politically a tactical mistake. So now, what he is going to do, enough people in the other camp, the RET camp, or the so-called, are going to use this report and the seeming reluctance of the president to present himself before the commission as a way to try and neutralize the process that is underway now on Ace Magashule. Obviously, these are two different things because there's a criminal charge that Ace Magashule is facing, but the principles are the same, that there's something that raises questions of integrity, and the president has not gone to go and answer those. And by the way, the constitution of the ANC is very clear on matters of behaviors which in Rule 25 are seen to be, I forgot the word now, but raising questions of unfortunate conduct, something along those lines. Yeah. So the president should have taken the commission to his confidence and go there and delineate the scope of things that he wants to talk about and limit his presentation to those things. And then everything else he could have used the legal defense.
And very lastly and quickly, taking this question to you, Mr. Besani, there's been a lot of silence around Ace Magashule and the outcome of the ANC Integrity Commission. What's the latest and why the silence?
No, I think the Integrity Commission has made its report, and I think it is left for the NEC to discuss what needs to be discussed. And but in the main, the issue here is that for any case of that sort, we're waiting the guidelines that should be discussed by the ANC. Maybe that could be what informs the silence. But maybe one of the things that I need to say, I think the commentary misses a point that finally the president did approach the Integrity Commission. And when approaching the Integrity Commission, obviously the idea of the president has always been to really discuss the matter of the CR17 funding. And it is at that point of presenting this discussion to the commission that the commission felt that all that needed to be discussed at that point was the way forward on the use of money and so on. So it's not a fact that the president didn't finally go to the commission. He finally went to the commission. And what the president was trying to explain was that he had a specific view on the matter, and he raised it with the chairperson of the Integrity Commission. Mm-hmm. And at that point, there seemed to be no problem. But later on in the report of the commission, there seemed to be a problem. That's what the president was trying to clarify. Mm-hmm. Had that problem been expressed earlier, I think we'll be discussing the matter a bit differently. So okay. The point here is that finally the president did take an initiative to go to the commission. It's not fact that he didn't go to the commission.
Okay, very well. Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen. Ongama Mtimka, political analyst, as well as Sibongile Besani, ANC head of Presidency, giving us some response and some analysis there to the president's letter to the ANC Integrity Commission.